Hello everybody, thanks for joining me. Today we're going to put a door in this doorway here. We're going to put an actual door in there. So the first thing we got to do, we're going to pull off this baseboard on the floor. Get that out of the way. We're going to reuse that later, so we're going to save that. So we got to do some framing because our doors. We got a 30 inch door. It has to go in this opening. So we got to frame the sides in a little bit, make it a little smaller. So we got to do a little bit of framing, not much. We're going to bring each side out about 6 inches. And then our door in the center of that opening. Make sure everything's plumb. And there's our door. It's pre-hung, 6-panel pre-hung interior door. Here I'm measuring the height of the door. I want to make sure we got clearance in that opening. And we actually came up short. Our door's too long, so we have to take off about 3/4 of an inch off each leg of the jambs there. Thankfully, we didn't have to go into the door. If we had to, we could cut the door down, but we didn't have to do that. We just cut 3/4 of an inch off each of these legs and didn't have to touch the actual door itself. Now you can see I got it all padded out, framed in, different thicknesses there to allow room for our door to fit in there. But it's not really framing, it's more just excuse me, more just padding it out, and then there it is. It fits in there, sides and top fits in there good. So next thing we're going to do, fill in here with some drywall. So we're going to measure what we need and cut the strips of drywall and put in there. A few drywall screws and it's up in there. There we go. We got them all. Got all of them up there. Got 4 strips, 2 on each side. They're all in. Now we just gotta mud these. I put some tape in the corners. You can't really see it on the video, but it's taped, and now we're going to mud that. Alright, so the next day our mud's dried. We can sand it. We're going to have to put a second coat on it. Mud shrinks as it dries, so you're never going to get away with one coat. So there, I'm just doing a little sand and smoothing it up, getting ready for a second coat, and then went ahead and put the second coat on there. Now while that mud's drying, I'm going to go ahead and measure for our casing on each side of the door and cut that and get that nailed in. I just cut it by hand. I didn't want to drag out my chop saw and set that all up and make a mess for just a few pieces, so just cut it with the hand miter, and here we're shooting it on there with the nail gun. Now we can't put a piece of casing across the top. There's not enough room up there, and the way our wall is, so I put some quarter round to finish that off up there. Now we're using those pieces of baseboard we took off earlier. We're going to use those, cut them, fit them back in the corners at the bottom of the door. Right there. There we go. Finishing that baseboard up. Once we get caulking in there and get all cleaned up, painted, caulked, it'll look good as new. All right, we're ready to paint. I got some tape on the hinges and down around the floor. Now I put this trash bag on the floor. Trash bag's nice because it's real thin. It slides right under the door. And then get this door painted up and all the trim and jam painted. I put 2 coats on. I'm using a brush here. It would have been easier to use a mini roller, but I forgot to bring a mini roller, so I ended up brushing the thing. So brushed that twice. It still looks good. I always make sure my brush strokes go along with the wood grain on the door. So it's like a fake wood grain, but if your brush strokes go the same way the grain goes, it doesn't look bad. If you go against them, then it's not going to look good. Just putting the doorknob on. And there it is. It's all finished up. Homeowners are happy. And all they got to do is do a little touch-up paint on their wall paint. It looks good. Turned out real nice. So another job done. Everybody's happy. And thanks for watching. Appreciate it.